Having babies in the animal world can be both amazing and scary. Animals have some really strange ways of giving birth. For example, some fathers can release thousands of babies from their stomachs, while wasps use big spiders as homes for their eggs. There are even toads that produce babies through their skin. Let's explore 10 unusual ways animals have babies. Number 10. Seahorse. Seahorses have a unique way of bringing new life into the world that's quite different from land horses. The daddy seahorse takes on a big role in the whole process. He not only provides the special cells needed for babies, sperm, but also acts as a cozy home for the little ones during their early days. Ladies, if your partner isn't up for all this, does he truly adore you? Now, the whole love story begins with a dance. A special dance that marks the beginning of their family journey. During this dance, the mommy seahorse carefully places her eggs into a special pouch on the daddy's belly. It's like a magical pocket where the babies will grow big and strong. Interestingly, the mommy doesn't stick around. She goes about her own seahorse business, while the daddy takes on the role of a super parent. As time goes on, the daddy's belly starts to grow, and it's not from too many seahorse snacks. Nope, it's because the babies are getting bigger inside the pouch. When it's time for the grand arrival, the daddy goes through something similar to what human mommies experience: contractions. Picture this: tiny seahorses shooting out into the water, ready to explore the big ocean. But one daddy seahorse can have as many as 2,000 babies at once. And guess what? As soon as the babies are out and about, the daddy gets ready for another round of parenting. However, seahorse parents aren't exactly the poster couple for parenting. Once the babies are out, they're on their own, starting their own seahorse adventures in the vast ocean. Number 9. Yellowhead jawfish. It seems like the fathers of the sea are on a different level. Just like seahorses, male jawfish handle all the tough stuff, carrying fertilized eggs in their mouths until they hatch. These dads attract females to their homes by spreading their side fins and bending their backs in a dance. Once the female lays her eggs deep in his home, the male quickly fertilizes them, then carefully holds them in his mouth. The dad doesn't eat anything during this waiting period, which lasts almost a month. But hey, everyone deserves a quick meal break. Sometimes the males spit the eggs out into the burrow, taking a short food break, leaving the eggs alone for a bit. Eventually, the eggs hatch inside the dad's mouth and little ones swim out into the ocean. Surprisingly, they stick close to their dad and can dart back into his mouth if danger shows up. These underwater dads sure know how to take care of their underwater families. Number 8. Snails. Ever thought about a mom having a baby through her face? It's a bit like that for snails, but not exactly. Most snails have both boy and girl parts, so they can make babies all by themselves. After the snail's eggs get mixed up, either by itself or with a friend, the pregnant snail carries them in a special spot really close to its face. When it's time for the snail to become a parent, it pushes the eggs out of its face. The eyes and baby-making spot are so near that a snail can actually see itself having babies. And get this, these gooey little guys can lay up to 500 eggs at once. They're quite busy making babies every 2 to 3 months. With so many eggs each time, you might wonder why snails haven't taken over the whole world by now. It's a bit surprising, considering how many babies they can have in one shot. So, the next time you see a snail, just remember, it might be a parent, or soon-to-be parent, with lots of little snail babies on the way. Number 7. Tarantula hawk wasps. The birthing process of the tarantula wasp is quite extreme. These wasps employ a rather shocking technique. They paralyze a tarantula and use it as a living incubator for their eggs. The size of the spider matters, as larger ones are considered better incubators. When it's time to lay an egg, the wasp actively seeks out a sizable spider, stings it to induce paralysis, and then carefully deposits a single egg onto its immobilized body. After this unsettling ritual, the wasp transports the paralyzed spider to its underground nest, where it is buried alive. The true horror begins when the wasp larva hatches. It devours its way out of the still-living spider, emerging into the world in a manner that can only be described as gruesome and macabre. Number 6. Elephants. Elephants creating something as large as a baby elephant demands a considerable amount of time and patience. Elephants hold the record for the longest gestation period among all mammals worldwide. The process of growing an elephant fetus takes approximately 21 months. When an African elephant is born, it already weighs an astonishing 200 pounds, a substantial load even for a fully grown elephant. The birthing process is no easy feat for mother elephants, involving significant pain and effort. During labor, it's not uncommon for an amniotic sac to be expelled, resembling a giant balloon emerging from the elephant. Once the calf is successfully delivered, the mother plays a crucial role by blowing the sac off the newborn, ensuring a safe and healthy start for the baby elephant's journey into the world. Number 5. Porcupines. We all know porcupines have sharp spines, but did you know they're born with them? That means they have to pass through their mom's birth canal with these spiky quills. It's tough for the mom. The good news is that the porcupine spikes don't get hard until they touch air, but it still doesn't make things easy for the moms. Sometimes the babies don't come out the usual way, with their heads first. Instead, they might come out with their hind legs, leaving the sharp spikes stuck in their mom's birth canal. This can be really bad and even deadly for the mom. So even though the spikes don't hurt right away, they can cause problems during birth. Imagine having a baby with spikes and having to be careful not to get hurt yourself. It's not easy being a porcupine mom. Number 4. Suriname toad. Suriname toads have a unique way of bringing new life into the world. They lay a bunch of eggs in the water, and then the boy toad fertilizes them. After that, the daddy toad takes the eggs and sticks them onto the mommy toad's back. These eggs somehow end up inside the mommy toad's skin and start growing into baby toads. The eggs get covered with a tough skin layer and are kept safe in little pockets on the mommy's back that look like honeycombs. The mom toads have to carry these tiny toads on their backs until the little ones can manage on their own. Unlike some other baby toads that go through a tadpole phase, these ones skip that part. In just 3 or 4 months, they pop out as little half-inch toads right from their mommy's back. Once these baby toads are ready, they crawl off their mom's back into the water, and the mom toad gets rid of her old skin. Even though it might seem like a tough job for the mom toads, it's actually a safer way for the babies to grow up. Number 3. Giraffes. Baby giraffes are born in a Superman pose, with their front legs and head coming out first, followed by their body and then their back legs. Unlike many other animals, giraffe moms give birth while standing up. This is because baby giraffes are quite big, and being born at a height helps prevent any harm to their long necks. Surprisingly, when these babies drop about 2 meters from their mother's womb to the ground, it's helpful. The fall breaks their short umbilical cords and tears the amniotic sac. This impact when they land is actually good for them, as it helps the little giraffes take their first breaths. Number 2. Red crabs. Crabs may not win any parenting awards because they don't do much for their babies except toss them into the water. However, the way they bring their little ones into the world is pretty amazing. Moms get to the baby-making place before dads to dig holes and lay eggs. Dads come by, sprinkle some magic dust, fertilize the eggs, and then take off. Moms take care of the eggs for about 2 weeks, believing that having lots of eggs is the way to go. One mom's pouch can hold up to 100,000 eggs, and when the moon is shining bright, they let them loose into the water during a special event called the Crab Moon Dance. It's like a watery dance party where moms wiggle around to let the eggs go. They have to be super careful not to get carried away by waves and make sure the eggs land in the water. After the dance, they say goodbye to the eggs, and when the babies hatch, it's time for them to face the world all by themselves. Number 1. Octopuses. Octopuses have a unique and dramatic way of giving birth. They go through this process just once in their lifetime, making them semiparous. Typically, octopuses live for a short span, averaging 3 to 5 years, but sometimes as little as 6 months. When it's time to reproduce, the female octopus stops eating and settles down to care for her eggs. Unfortunately, this devoted maternal care comes at a cost. The mother dies, exhausted from ensuring her baby's well-being until they hatch. For the males, the process is comparatively simpler. They deposit their sperm into the female's mantle using their extra arm or by releasing sperm pockets. Some unlucky males may even become a post-mating meal for the female, while others face death a few months later. Before her demise, the female stores the sperm, awaiting the right time to lay eggs, and continues guarding them until hatching. In both scenarios, both parents ultimately meet their end. What's the strangest birthing process you've come across in the animal kingdom? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and stay tuned for the next fascinating fact.